the first race of the last round of the tournament. This will be the last time these racers are racing on stream. They will eventually take off. They will eventually take off for us on their streams.
Well, technically, one match is already finished.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Batman's match versus T-Gump had to be concluded a little early. Both players nailing their Klungo cutscene skip.
Did you know that skips the Klungo cutscene?
That's incredible. We haven't seen a lot of those lately. Maybe we'll see a bunch more this round. The Klungo cutscene skip.
So both of these runners are Donkey Kong 64 boys. For some reason, running Tooie.
When I saw that they were racing each other in the last round, I thought that's just really funny. Like two DK runners eventually meeting in the Banjo-Tooie ring.
Both of them, good luck.
Well, so long as they both hit their Klungo. If one of them has to do some chasing around, then that's gonna be a bit of a time loss. But Connor's getting into position to do his egg.
Assume the position.
Znernicus pooped a lot of eggs, but
it worked.
Got his Klungo shot too.
As long as you hit him, it's minimal time loss whether you get pushed or not.
Yeah. Shooting the eggs. Ooh, Connor running in the wrong direction.
Well, and that lets Znernicus catch up a bit. They're going to be neck and neck going into here.
Yep. Not even a second apart. 0.8 seconds apart. But that could change. There's still 3 kind of difficult beak busts they gotta take care of here. Znernicus gets his first try.
Connor's just behind him.
Yeah, Znernicus lined up his backflip really fast too, so he was able to get his just a little bit sooner.
Znernicus has put a lot of effort into learning this category. He didn't even know the category until AGDQ.
Yeah. It was funny, before the race, I saw Znernicus was doing some practice, and I was talking to him, and he said earlier he finished a like a 45-30 Tooie practice run, and just before the race, Connor finished a 45-29. So, I mean, both their PB are like 1 second apart from each other. They finished practice runs 1 second apart from each other before the race today. It's exciting to see. If neither player makes any big mistake, like it's anyone's game.
This is gonna be a hot race. Stay tuned.
But for now, clearing cutscenes. The hot text cancels are going to be what make it in the early game for these runners. Aside from, the obvious, GGM early, detonator levitation, all the major tricks that they got to worry about. The little things are probably going to end up mattering.
So we're coming up on the last 2 beak busts for this split. We've got Plateau early and then the GGM early.
Plateau early has a pretty easy setup to make it work pretty fast for a lot of people. It's not as picky as Red House, and it's not as precise as GGM early, so most people don't have much problem getting it on their first try.
And neither do these runners.
Unexpected slide. Znernicus having a problem on the frame. Gets
Oh,
it
he
in second
lines it
try.
up. Gets it. Connor
Connor
just
right
slightly behind him.
I feel like both runners had, it took them a couple tries to get into GGM, but they're about the same distance apart as they were entering Plateau, so there wasn't much of a huge shift in momentum for either runner going into the level. Connor brute forced a few extra beak busts, but Znernicus took a little bit of a time getting onto the wood plank surrounding the level.
So this speed shoe section here has some precise platforming, and a good runner could pull ahead here. Both of them have slight trouble with it. You get 9 seconds, and Connor losing some time here, a second on the timer.
Yeah, very low 8 from Connor75.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness, okay.
Connor risking that beak bust.
That was a ballsy beak bust. I didn't think he was going to be high enough.
I didn't either.
I thought for sure that beak bust was going to send him down to the water, but saved him. Most people opt to just kind of do the safe flap into the little hole and then jump on up. But
yeah, but that beak bust also saved him a bit of time there, because if he did flutter in there, it's laggy and it's hard to get out of there efficiently.
Znernicus taking a slow death warp off the Yeehaw, but making sure that he has the Jiggy. Connor going for the fast one, but doesn't quite make it in time, so both of them end up getting slow death warps off the Yeehaw. Decent global location from Znernicus. Connor getting stuck on the tent. Both players on their way to go set up detonator levitation. Not a whole lot that can go wrong for them in fuel storage.
You never know, they could just miss the cutscene here. Not be able to land in the correct spot.
Ooh, Znernicus
No, it's
missing
really
the
tricky.
slug.
Because surprisingly, a lot of the runners before this tournament didn't even know you don't have to press B to activate this cutscene.
Yeah, detonating by accident on the rope.
The game just auto starts the cutscene and the correct positioning.
Imagine speedrunning a game you don't know casually.
Who would do that?
Who would ever do such a thing? Alright, Znernicus had pretty good movement through his fuel storage. Nice hops. Connor, same thing. Not a whole lot can go wrong, but here's the hard part of the detonator split. Going into the waterfall. Znernicus avoids an early bath. Misses his first detonation though.
Gets its second try though. Not bad.
Connor with the first try enters the water a little bit early too, so he doesn't have to wait so long before detonating.
This is the Connor75's big comeback right here.
Yep. Still tailing, but he did save a lot of time on that section over his opponent.
So coming up here, we've got our first Jam Jars silo. Jam Jars could give you a bonk and lose some time. The RNG about 10% of the time. Let's see if our runners, hopefully neither of them fall victim to him.
talking to Jam Jars at the same time. It's very close. Both runners ahead of their PBs after Lead Wumba as well.
They're both safe for now.
Yeah, the Jam Jars gauntlet is yet to happen. Znernicus missing the Talon Trot into the loading zone. Connor coming close as well. But no cigar. Both runners now have to go through the movement here of Generator Cavern and Power Hut Basement. It's the little things that'll get them ahead. See if either of them get the regrab. I think both of them go for the slow turnaround. Oh, no, Znernicus doesn't. That's right. Connor does, though. Ooh, Znernicus
costs
the
him.
ladder. He gets the regrab, though, and now they're basically synced climbing the ladder.
Yeah, so you should always just mash Z while you're going for the ladder there, because if you miss it, you'll basically re-grab it.
Yeah.
You're mashing Z.
Connor misses the loading zone, so he was almost exactly tied with Znernicus climbing the ladder, maybe like a fraction of a second behind at most, but missing the loading zone cost him the animation of Banjo getting back up, and that's what you want to avoid by falling down like that. Ooh,
Oh
Znernicus
no!
misses the lamp.
It's not very lit in here. So therefore, it's hard to see.
Yeah, Znernicus taking it nice and safe across the boards, but Connor75 is going to be gaining his gaining the lead back. But I mean, they're basically opposite how they were before. Upon leave Wumba's Wigwam, Connor was 5 seconds behind Znernicus, and now leaving GGM, Znernicus is 5 seconds behind Connor.
Alright, that should work.
Yeah. I like
Both
the way
the runners.
Znernicus did the fire switch
Yeah,
a lot more than Connor.
he spent a lot of time figuring out that camera angle and got it to work up there.
Yeah, the way Znernicus jumped up the slope and turned his camera, especially when he jumped in Talon Trot down the slope, kind of looks exactly the way PG does it. So I don't know if he's been studying a little bit.
You better watch out, PG. Znernicus is coming for you.
Both runners making it through the egg silos without any bonks from Jam Jars. It's still a long run to go. There's still a lot of moves left, but we're safe for now. It's gonna be a big deal in this race for either runners to get a bonk, I feel.
So with how
Whenever
close
the
they
runners
are,
are separated by like, 10, 15 seconds, it's like, oh no, they got a bonk, now this one's gonna catch up. But when it's like 5 seconds like that, it's just a shame to see the person behind get the bonk. But then of course it's a shame to see anyone get the bonk, really. But seeing a lead switch because of a bonk is always a little bit exciting.
with the runners being where they are, these puzzles make all the difference in terms of who pulls ahead.
Yeah, Znernicus with the accidental egg or a beak barge. Connor with a 91. Znernicus had a
Really good layout, but he hesitated a bit.
Yeah, 91 for Znernicus as well. Znernicus 6 seconds behind Connor, so super close race as we go into the cutscene. Both runners. I wonder if they know exactly how close they are to each other. Knowing is kind of like it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because I mean, knowing at least you know like exactly where you're doing, you know where you're at, confidence if you're ahead, but if you know your opponent is right on your tail, all the hard stuff that you're about to do in Mayhem Temple just has that much more of an effect.
Yep.
Mentality.
Mayhem Temple is just brutal in this category. There's so many little, like, precise movements you gotta do. There's RNG. You may think you're doing well, but your flight section just maybe wasn't as good as you thought it was.
Yeah. Flight section's a big one, because I mean, optimizing flying is always difficult, you know. Flies, Prison Compound, Jade Snake early, Pillars has been a big one. But we're gonna see what goes on here.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
Connor waited a little bit too long.
He also was a little bit to the left of the line where you usually are.
Yeah. There we go.
He makes the backup.
Fortunately, with the one bonk, Znernicus is back in the lead. It's one tiny little thing like Connor runs into the club.
It's okay. He already had to watch the health refill.
Yeah.
But Connor, never go around the left. Always jump around the right side of the Moggy there.
Yeah. He can just reach out and poke you with the stick if you're on that side.
So I think when missing that skip, Connor's also going to need to go look for some feathers at some point during the run. So hopefully he's aware of that. Oh no!
Znernicus with the accidental build drill. He's gonna still be in the lead, but... Ooh. I thought Connor was gonna hit a vine there for sure. Or hit a bramble. A little bit to the left, but instead of taking that run forward, he jumped. He jumped a little earlier. Still made it. Znernicus with a good turnaround on the Jinjo. I like his height.
Ooh,
Perfect.
Very nice.
Perfect beat bomb.
Oh no, Connor!
Yeah. With
That's
that
not
little flutter that
that
Connor
bad.
did, yeah. Luckily, you don't lose a whole lot of time to landing on that beak bomb because you have to run down anyway. But that flutter that Connor did right after picking up the Jiggy shows that he was really close to hitting that feather. Unless he tried to use 2 right away in that case. I thought the momentum maybe carried him off the edge, but... Alright, Znernicus just has to pray for good Jade Snake. He's had some iffy pillars attempts in his runs this tournament, so... And if he flies too.
I guess Connor has enough feathers. He's good.
Oh my goodness, Znernicus!
So Connor makes a big comeback with his flies right here.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the prison compound code RNG.
Yep, they're only like 2 or 3 seconds apart now. That was a lot of eggs. That was a lot of eggs on flies that Znernicus used. Ooh, Znernicus gets first try.
First try.
Just what he needed to keep his lead. Second try. Okay.
Uh,
Wow, Connor had a really good Dilberta placement too. Very rarely is she ever on the right side of the room like that.
I know both runners have been practicing a lot of pillars. Let's see if that practice pays off in this run. Pillars used to be the hardest thing in this category, but now it's just one of the many things that are just difficult.
Pillars has been keeping a lot of people this tournament. Some people having to break the rock and do pillars the intended way as well. But I think both runners were doing a little bit of pillars before the race started. I know Connor was.
Very, very nice pillars from Znernicus.
Yeah. Let's see if Connor can do the same. This was the last thing he was practicing before we started the race.
He's taking them slow, aligning everything up, and he gets it.
Yeah, practice pays off.
And sometimes taking a second or two to set it up is better than just outright failing it and losing even more time.
Yeah. Going slower is going faster sometimes. Either way, Connor, although he did get them first try, he did take a long time to set them up compared to Znernicus, and that on top of his third try code, or second try code, sorry, did put him behind quite a little bit, so he's got a long road to climb, but Znernicus is, he was doing a lot of practice work on Hag 1 before the race as well, so if Connor can pull out better Hag 1 than Znernicus, well, we'll see.
Well, my
But,
boy
I mean,
Connor is a puzzle god, and he's gonna make the big comeback here.
It'd be interesting to see just how much time he can snag
He's
back
gonna
on
get an
puzzles.
88 JRL puzzle.
88 JRL. I would love to see an 88 JRL puzzle.
Did you see Alpha's hot TDL and GI puzzles?
Yeah. Alpha Q up got what was it, an 80 TDL followed by a 78
Yeah.
GI in no DCW practice? Like, I mean, that's just crazy. My puzzle golds in 100% have like 3 pretty decent puzzles, but like not that decent. That's just an incredible puzzle time. Alright, Znernicus starting his next puzzle.
Oh no. This is actually a pretty decent layout for this puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, couple mistakes here and there. An 81, which at the end it looked like he probably could have turned it into an 83, but little oopses here and there.
Like, these puzzles are just something that you really do need to practice if you're going to be a runner. Like, they save a lot of time when you think about it. A lot of people just don't care about them enough.
Yeah.
And they're hard to practice too because they're random. But just the way they work, if you can get the puzzles really fast, you can end up like saving 15 seconds overall in just any percent runs.
Yeah. Earlier on in the tournament, me and Mumbo Token gave like play-by-play commentary for some of the puzzles, and we just kind of like we're just talking out loud all the stuff that goes in our heads when we're doing puzzles. So it's just like, I mean, you got to control the hand speed, you got to look at where pieces go, you got to look at where pieces next to where you're putting it in go, so you can grab the pieces and kind of route them optimally. And it's really hard to do when you only have like, you know, 1 second or less to like look at like each piece as you're trying to like figure out where they need to go.
Yeah.
Like, you can
You
only
have
really
a
get better at it by doing it, but
you literally have 1 second to find the best starting piece that you can think of. Usually, sometimes that piece is obvious, like it's a single piece that's like off on the side and all the other ones are way off the distance, sort of thing. And you just gotta pick that piece and go with it and then route from there. You don't have much time.
overall, both players had pretty okay puzzles. I'd say Connor had a much better puzzle than Znernicus on his JRL. And he had an 80 instead of Znernicus' 79, so it's gonna save a little bit of time there. I think their GGM puzzles were both the same. I don't remember the time on GGM, but their Witchy World puzzles were both the same, for sure. So either way, Znernicus splits on his puzzles at a 25-43. Connor splits at a 25-57, so they're only 13 seconds apart. An eel or an octopus touch could easily change the lead here if something happens to Znernicus.
Eel.
I think Znernicus grabs an extra note nest in Witchy World though, outside Madame Grunty, so he doesn't have to do the long swim to grab the note next to Electric Eel Lair. I keep trying to remember which runners do that. I'm pretty sure Znernicus is one of them. And I think Polly is the other.
So just
Well, we're about to find out either way.
and then all the big things left other than that, Hag 1 and then some bonks.
And Klongo. Both runners got green potions, so a blue potion, red potion split isn't, even though it's not that bad between green and red.
It's 5 seconds. That still a bit.
Plus, there's the RNG and blue potion as well, which could mess someone up if, you know, the clone decides to run interference.
Did you know that if you bonk here at split up, you literally lose 30 seconds? Just like Connor is now.
Rip 30 seconds for Connor. Every time like someone talks about someone bonking at split up, it always happens.
That shot was a little high for Znernicus there. But he realizes that and quickly shoots another one.
Yeah. Might have worked if he was standing on top of Dodgem Dome. He was standing down the slope a little bit, so his angle was a little bit higher than it should have been. Connor gets a first shot though, so it'll save about 3 seconds over Znernicus.
Connor also doing the quick reset. No need to wait for the actual transition. That the game actually saves sooner than you think it does there.
I think it's like 1 second,
1.2 seconds. Yep. So if you optimally want to save all the time, you do it then. Because it takes like another almost 2 seconds to transition. So that's 2 seconds you can save by resetting early there.
Znernicus with a good first try jump, or beak bust onto the signpost. Connor grip grabbing, just getting up. Only loses a second though. But he flaps out a talent trot too, so it's a double whammy. I hate it when you like you don't flap at a talon trot on like a flat surface. You mean to like jump off near a ledge or something, and you just
Yep.
slide off and flap. It's one of the most aggravating things in Tooie. But then if you try and like account for that and jump a little early, just so you can get the jump off the ledge, flap before you land. I think both these runners are good on feathers, yeah.
Yes, they both are.
Yeah, I didn't see Connor's feathers after.
He was fine
Empty.
because he landed. He didn't use the 2 extra feathers he should have, and is fine.
Oh, that's right.
So he has 6 now, but he would have only had 4 if he didn't land.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Connor getting signed. And a little too close to the door.
Connor does the Batman strat there.
The Batman camera lock. Which I don't really think loses that much time, or saves that much time, but it's cool looking.
It keeps the lag reduction there, so you don't have to actually move your camera, which is very nice. And it allows you to move in a straight line, so it actually kind of saves you time, but you don't. Optimally, you wouldn't do it, but.
But I mean, you have to like run kind of into the loading zone and then back out, or into the door.
Yeah, so that's why I said optimally it doesn't save you time, but.
Oh, Connor gets hit by the octopus. Oh, he gets hit again.
Oof.
He
has to go into Seaweed Sanctum.
Oh, he might not have enough time to make it into Seaweed Sanctum.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he's gonna make it. He got hit on the other side of the octopus tentacles. It's gonna be close.
Znernicus makes it.
He's in home safe now. Yeah, Connor only has like 10 seconds to make it.
He has to hit this loading zone before that bubble disappears. He should be fine.
He'll make it.
He'll barely make this. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was really close.
Connor's still in there, but it's gonna be a struggle to catch back up now.
Yeah, Znernicus is gonna have to have some terrible things happen to him in Hag 1 in order for Connor to keep up. And
is this
Znernicus has been gold splitting like crazy this run too, and he gets meme signed on the way out.
Is this where the N64 boys beat the VC boys?
God's intended console is intervening in this race by giving Connor bonks and second try code. Alright, Znernicus first into Klungo 2. See what potion he gets. At this point, his potion doesn't really matter unless, as long as he does it well.
Nope. We got the best potion for Znernicus here. But it's also the easiest one to mess up.
Yeah. Optimal Klungo potions for a race as well.
With this, Znernicus could get a hot PB.
Yeah, he could. He has a lot of time to save on this split too.
This could be his sub 45.
That was a hot egg shot too. That was a really fast blue potion.
That was very nice, and he's gonna get pushed here, pretty close to the loading zone. Yeah. He's gonna get
a little bit of damage from getting hit by a potion, but I mean that lag is like almost insignificant. That's pretty close to the loading zone. Oh, he doesn't split on Klungo.
But yeah, this is gonna be close to his gold split here. He's gonna be on a nice solid 44 something pace.
Yeah, 44 in Banjo Race is definitely a poggers, especially if it's your first 44.
Well, this just shows how much he has improved as a runner throughout these races.
Yeah. Didn't Znernicus do his like first any percent run at SGDQ or at AGDQ?
Yes, he did. I walked him through the route, and then he did his first run there.
Yeah. Just a couple months. Anyone can pick it up and improve.
Alright, we've got some more cutscenes here. This is the good time for a bathroom break.
Well, wait. We gotta see if Connor bonks on clock first.
We all know he's
Connor's
gonna
got
bonk here.
one last silo. We're all holding our breath. Except the people watching Connor's stream. And he makes it. Now Znernicus is going to be starting the second half of his Hag 1 cutscene. Meanwhile, Connor is just entering into the menu, so he's a fair bit behind right now. Not a whole lot going on during the cutscenes. Both players just kind of thinking about what they gotta do. All Znernicus has to do is like play it super safe, and
Yep.
he should have the race. And I mean, like I said, Znernicus was practicing Hag 1 before the race, and he wasn't feeling too confident about his Hag 1 abilities either, but I mean, as long as he like has the health down, he waits to pick it up when he needs it, just kind of
Like,
focuses on dodging, shooting. Super safe.
Yep. You can casually get like a 640 Hag 1 just by playing it safe, which is still pretty good. But though an optimal is like a 615. A lot of runners tend to get around the 630 until they start putting in the grenade strats and the lag reduction strats.
Yeah. Yeah, T-Gump, we don't talk about 610. It's beyond our mortal comprehension.
We all know PG plays on a special overclocked, super-powered N64.
Just the right amount of dust in it. Alright, Znernicus into his fight, about to finish his first... About to start his first shoot phase, I guess. Meanwhile, Connor entering. Looking at their splits, Connor is about 50... I can't remember. 54 seconds behind. So almost a minute. Znernicus already taking 1 damage though. And he's gonna have to watch his health real carefully. Good grenade shots out of Znernicus though.
So all the runners have just been staring up at the ceiling here. Like, what is so interesting up there that all runners just look up there?
It's a Jiggy up there.
Wow.
The 101st Jiggy. Grunty's hiding all to himself.
Wow. So you're telling me that we should invalidate all of the runs because nobody's getting a Jiggy?
It's a banana sticker. Connor shooting nice and easy. But Znernicus' aiming is really on point. He's doing really well with his Hag 1 fight.
Yeah, it's all like once you get the inputs correct there, like the aiming is really easy.
Yeah.
Because the game already like lines you up in a way when it starts that all you have to do is just memorize the inputs and you're aiming at Grunty.
Znernicus has a best split here of 627 and his PB has a 639. So even if he plays to like half as good as his best, like I mean he's still gonna walk out of here with a PB today.
He's gonna get that 44.
And I mean, if he plays the way he's been playing so far, I mean, he's gonna gold this. He's gonna gold this split really hard.
Problem is, the beginning of this fight is easy. It's once you start getting down to like 40 is where you think you're doing good, and then it just all falls apart.
Yeah, I mean, Znernicus' first like drill phase. Battery phase, sorry, it was really good. Like everything was really good, and he hasn't been missing his grenade shots. I think his first phase wasn't so great, but I mean, all he has to do is just run around and pick up some health right now. There you go. He's got full health again. Now he just has to wait for Grunty to start spinning and. As long as he remembers to switch to the right eggs.
The runners are synced on different phases here.
Connor 1 battery phase behind. It's funny how close they are like that. But they'd be synced entering the drill too, but Connor had to cancel text. Alright, Znernicus out of his battery phases. The Hag 1 has shut down, and now he's on a fight to the death. Can he pull off his egg shots here?
Alright, he pulls out the last grenade phase. Very nice.
Yeah, that's definitely the hardest one.
Yeah,
Znernicus is playing this Hag 1 fight like he has. Like, he didn't just, like, tell me that his Hag 1 fight needed work before the race. Ooh, he's taking a little bit of damage now. Down to 3, but we got 15 left. Connor on to 40 now. He's gonna be entering to go kill his second battery. Oh, Znernicus said yeah in chat. No spoilers though, please.
alright, here it is.
There we go. Znernicus finishes the 44-40.
Damn son, stick it in a stew.
Yeah, that was a massive gold, well, like a one and just over a 1 second gold split on a tag one. 625, saved 13 seconds, PB'd by 27 seconds basically.
That
It's
was a
crazy.
very hot run from Znernicus right there.
Yeah.
He
It out,
pulled
joined the
he
mid
pulled everything
44.
out just to show off in the last round of this tournament just how good he could be.
Meanwhile, Connor, he's down to 15 health, gonna be finishing up his tag 1 fight pretty soon. Znernicus accidentally undid his split. Oops. And Connor's finished with a 45-48. Saved some time on his hag one with a 638, but not quite a gold.
Just about a minute behind Znernicus at the end there.